Hey everybody, my name is Debbie Fry. I'm head of Teen Services at the Gum Spring Library in Aldie, Virginia. And today I'm going to show you how to make a cloud lamp. We're going to do two different ways, one that does not involve glue, but does involve paint, and the other way does involve glue. So what you're going to need, no matter which version that you decide on, is a clear glass jar. So this could be like a mason jar, or it could be a jar of like pasta sauce or something that you've cleaned out really good and taken the label off of. You'll also need cotton balls. If you wanted to do the first version, you optionally could have some paint with you. I'm going to use like some metallic paint. I'm also going to try white paint and glow-in-the-dark paint, and we'll see which one works best. And then you will need glue if you want to do the second version. And the last thing that you'll need will be like a little LED. You could get like a tiny little one like this, or one of these flameless candles. You definitely don't want to have a candle that you have to set on fire, because it will set everything on fire and then it will be terrible. So we don't want to set fire to stuff, at least not in this DIY. Maybe another DIY, who knows. So that is all that you're going to need to get started. So let's do this. All right, so I'm going to start with version 1, because if we don't like it, we can always undo it and go over it to do version 2. All right, so what I'm going to do is start by kind of ripping apart these cotton balls. And if you have ever looked at clouds, you know that sometimes clouds get really stringy, so it's okay if you have like these long strands like this. And then I'm going to put them inside the jar. We're just going to do a nice quick layer at the bottom. Like this. A quick little layer. Then what you're going to do is you'll take your little LED, whether it's this one or a different one. I'm going to use this one because it's, I was going to say I'm going to use this one because it's more reliable, but there we go. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put it in there. Whoop, just drop it in there like that. And we'll just continue putting cotton balls in. So if you notice, mine kind of fell a little bit on the side like that. We're going to want to make sure that that's covered up with the cotton balls. No, it's still there, buddy. All right, we'll just like cover it up. I'm just going to poke a little bit with this. So we're going to put more clouds on top of it. Fill our jar with clouds. I think right now it's going to be kind of a little bit of a dim light. So, oh, look at this one unrolled just like that. And again, you can use cotton batting if you prefer, but I just like the texture of these cotton balls because it's really pretty, and I think it really effectively imitates clouds. Looks like some storm clouds in there right now. So I'm just ripping up all this cotton ball stuff and putting it inside. Okay, I think I'm going to kind of leave it like that because I like that kind of texture way it looks. You can still see that guy down there. That's all right. I'm just going to turn it like this for now. We're not going to think about it. Okay, so the next part that you would want to do if you had this kind of, this version of the cloud in a jar is paint some stars on it if you want to. You don't have to. Or lightning bolts, whatever you like. I selected a few different paints and we're going to kind of see how they look on this jar. So we're going to start with, what's this one called? Sequin Silver? Sequin Silver. Let's see if I like it. Nope, I don't. I can already tell. It's too watery for the glass. Oh well. No worries. It's what our extra cotton balls are for. We're just gonna wipe that off. Alright. So I'm gonna guess that it's pretty similar with this this glam gold, that it's gonna be, yep, exactly. Look at that. It's way too watery. So the glitter ones, we have learned just now, don't work as well on glass. Okay. I'm just gonna clean off my brush a little bit. All right, so we're gonna try the metallics instead. Let's try the metallic gold first. Oh, that's a little better. Still pretty watery, so I might have to go over it a little. But that's a really nice color. Nice color contrast, okay. Super watery. I'm not sure I like that. Okay, well, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try the glow-in-the-dark paint next. It's a little bit more interesting, the glow-in-the-dark. So if you have really watery paint, I recommend like tapping. Like you can do this kind of star, like do a little dot star like that. And I'll show you that again with the glittery silver. Which looks, it just looks gray really. I'm not a big fan of that one for this project. In general, it is very pretty, but let's try the metallic silver and see if that looks neat. Ooh, that looks cool. I like this metallic silver. It seems to have a little bit more substance to it than some of the others. And by substance, what I mean is thickness. There we go. Cool. I'm not super crazy about it though, because I think like during the day it just looks gray and kind of weird. I'd say like if I was gonna go for doing one that you'd see both in the daytime and at night, I'd probably go with my last color, which is white. So I'm just gonna put a couple little stars here and there. Gonna make a star like this. The nice thing about working with glass is that you can wipe stuff down, start over again. Even if it's dried, as long as you have the right kind of paint, you can paint right over it. One. Alright, and then I'm gonna try it a little bit with the gold, just to give it some kind of fun texture and a little bit of fun color, and because I like yellow. Yellow and gold is a beautiful color. There we go, just a little bit, but you can see it's like just not as thick as that white paint, which is kind of cool because like what you can do with this is paint over something that has a little texture, and you can see the gold is kind of gathering right there in the edge. So if you really wanted your cloud lamp to say cur, then that's what you can do for this. Cur. But anyway, that's a little bit like what it'll look like during the daytime. At night it'll be lit up from the inside. But what we're gonna do is we'll try to do this the other way and see if we like it any better. Okay. So for this method, I'm gonna pull all the cotton back out of the jar. And we still have our little LED buddy in here, as you can see. We're gonna put him to the side for a minute, and I'm gonna turn him off so that it doesn't waste battery. kind of cute, I guess, in a dirty sort of way. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to put down some hot glue here for this. And you don't really have to do it in any particular kind of pattern, because once you put your cotton balls on there, you can kind of smush them out a little bit and make it like fun and kind of fantastic. I'm just gonna make some wavy lines. The one caution with hot glue that I would have for you is that it dries very quickly. So like even between the time that I dropped the camera and tried to put this on, it already dried so much here that I can't stick anything to it. So you'd have to go back in and put that in there. So you can use any kind of glue for this. I'd recommend using a glue that once you put it on stays clear, just because you're going to want to see through. You don't want to see through that glass and the glue to get the lamp effect. Oh, now it's nice and fuzzy. If you like fuzzy soft stuff, this is the way to go. So what I'm doing here is just putting on all the pulled apart cotton that we had from version 1, because we want it to look all cool and stormy. And it doesn't hurt to have like little patches where you can see through. Like, don't do big patches, I'd say, but the see-through parts, because we're gonna do the entire jar, like this little patch right here where you can kind of see through to the other side, it's gonna be okay, because what's on the other side is gonna be more clouds or cotton ball. All right, so I'm just gonna rip apart a few more cotton balls, unravel them a bit to make more clouds. And if you like the way that they look without the LED in there, without the lamp part, go for it. I mean, just make these beautiful clouds and make it into like a pencil cup or something. I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, so I'm only ripping apart about 7 to 10 cotton balls each time that I'm doing it, just because we don't know yet what it's going to look like. Okay, load up my hot glue gun a little bit more. Oh, it's very squeaky today. Okay. Another thing about this is if you don't like how it looks, oops. If you don't like how it looks, it's okay. You can take it off and start again. Because glass is very forgiving about some things. When we're like wiping or peeling stuff off of glass, pretty easy to do. Okay. This spot here. We are going to want to leave this little part open so that we can open and close the jar. But if you don't really care about having the jar open or closed, then you can decide what you want to do. If you don't care about having that ability to open or close, then just leave it. You can keep going and put some clouds around the top. And see how it looks like nice and fuzzy, cloudy and puffy. When they're on, if you're noticing parts that you don't like that texture, just go ahead and open up that cotton ball a little bit more. Oh, almost out of glue. I'm gonna just push new glue through. Hey, there we go. Glue guns. Glue guns are fun. They are also very hot, so if you use a glue gun at home, make sure you have access to bandages and ice water, or ice, just ice, will probably be fine. Bag of frozen peas will work. Okay, I'm gonna get a few more cotton balls because we're gonna cover up the front of this thing too. I'm just gonna rip it up a little bit more. Just gonna bunch it on there. So the cool thing about when you have it as like a paper lantern is you can actually hang it from your ceiling and it looks like there's a cloud floating there. Just nice and peaceful. Peaceful little cloud jar. Whee. This one looks a little thunderous. I definitely like puffy clouds. It's a little bit sticky still. Good. So the difficult thing with this, for me at least, is to stop touching it. Because it's fluffy. It feels good. Oops. Got a little paint on it. So yeah, let's say if you tried the first way and you don't like it, try the second way. See what you think. The last step for doing this version is to turn on your little LED. Oh, buddy. This LED, man, a little bit, the batteries are a little bit dead. All right, and then check it in there. And you can't see anything because it's daytime. So I'm gonna take you somewhere dark so that we can test it out and see what you think. All right, so I am in the secret bathroom at work. Hopefully you can hear my voice. But what we're gonna do is turn off the light and you can see what it's gonna look like. Check it out, it's so cool. Kind of turn it a little bit. You see what I meant about how like those little spaces left open, it'll be okay. Look how okay it is. It's so pretty. Hey. Beautiful. Success! We made our beautiful cloud lamp. Whee! Doesn't look like too much during the day, but at night, super cool, right? The advantages of doing it the second way is you can just pull out Mr. LED anytime you want. The advantages of the first way means that your cloud isn't shedding everywhere, like mine is, across half the library. So it just depends on what you want to do, what you have the materials for, and how much time you want to put into it. But I hope to see pictures of your cloud lamps one day, because I think they look really cool, and I hope you enjoyed making them. Have a great day.